It's Thursday, so I think it was Tuesday night or Wednesday morning.
Tuesday night and Wednesday morning.
Tuesday night, I went to before I went to bed. I think I saw a report that said Drake withdrew the petition where he was calling out Spotify, UMG. Was Kendrick named in that one? I'm not sure, but it was definitely Spotify. It was definitely UMG, and I was like, oh, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I kind of don't think it was ever Kendrick with the legal stuff. It was always.
I don't think it was. It was. And this is. So I went to bed. I think I woke up in the middle of the night, and it must have been when the news hit.
Taking that old man PP 3 hours in. I know. What that
hey! Don't put my business out.
Waking up everybody in the house.
Nah, they know at this point. They're
That's loud as a bitch.
they recognize at this point. Nah, I got up and I checked my phone and it said Drake files lawsuit against UMG over Not Like Us. And it's been a lot of conversation. I spent part of today kind of shout out the Company Man on YouTube. Shouts out Wayno. Shouts out to a lot of these people who have connections and understanding with the industry to help go through these. I don't know how, I forgot how many paragraphs is in the PDF file, but that's a long ass document with the lawyers kind of breaking down how they see the battle from Drake's perspective, I guess, from Not Like Us on. And we've had this conversation offline a lot. The idea of, because at this point, that was a song where everybody was singing that Drake was a pedophile, or as they say on TikTok, a PDF file. A PDF.
That's crazy.
That's that. You can't say them words anywhere, so you got to match. You got to match. But the beginning of his lawsuit, and this is kind of what I want to get into. Like, so I'm trying to understand what Drake is getting. Like, what's he trying to accomplish at the end of this lawsuit? Because he brings up the fact that it was within days of the release of the song. There were shootings outside of his house, and I believe bullets hit his door. He talked about how in the song there was a lot of that conversation of you see a PDF file, you beat his ass. And it got me thinking, like, on the Instagram reels, it's mad people who be they take their phone out, they set the people up, they set the PDF file up to see if they're gonna try and mess with a little underage. And then when they meet up with them at the 7-Eleven or the Walmart, they give them the beats. They give them, and it's hands, feet. They sleep outside.
Well, how is that no different than To Catch a Predator?
It's not. It's not. But what I'm saying is, I say all this. I say all this to say, what Drake is saying in the lawsuit is UMG knew what Kendrick wrote down on the pad to spit into the mic to put onto the beat, and knew that in the climate of the world, if you call somebody a PDF file, somebody's gonna try and shoot at their door, come beat their ass or whatever.
Respectfully, Drake is done to me. That's some pussy ass shit, and that's that. Like, I don't care what kind of legal gymnastics you go through to try to justify it. I'm sorry. I may be a lot of things, but I'm a boy from Northwest Baltimore, and there's a man code that you live by. There's a G code that you live by, and this nigga is violating also. Like, he is done for me. Niggas still want to support him, and that's just what it is. But this is some sucker ass shit. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care how you try to sell it. It's a level of honor for me. And as a person who did battle rap in my region and said some horrible things to people and got some unspeakable things said to me, we never took it this far. Number one, we didn't have the fucking money. Number two, it was rap. Even if it was personal. Okay, this is some sucker ass shit. It's no way that this is some pussy ass shit. This is some light skin ass shit. This is some
Oh,
black.
whoa.
Whoa,
I'm not light skin.
We got-
Swerve about the combo. Whoa.
We got some. We're gonna
Okay.
swerve about that.
It's crazy to me, and it especially in this climate, it's like, oh, they knew what they were going to do, nigga. What are you going to get? Half of LA is in fucking ashes. Like it's more like niggas really need to put shit into perspective about life.
Right.
You're doing somebody wasting resources. Drake, you know what would make you look good right now? Donating money and water to the people in Los Angeles. You know what would make you look good right now? If you had boots on the ground in that area. You look like a fucking lame. And
They would spin that against him too. They would spin all that stuff against him.
I don't know how you can spin that one.
When you talk, all they try to do is make him for losing that Drake. That's what.
But at least
Listen,
he's helping people. This is not helping anybody. This is clogging up the court system for bullshit. It's bullshit.
Because UMG is probably gonna file. They're gonna countersue. I would imagine, right?
I don't. Yo,
what's the suit? What's the?
So he can be.
I think the suit would be trying to counteract everything that they're saying, because if you go through what Drake says, he's going line by line and either referencing theories about what Kendrick's been doing with UMG, or tying it specifically to acts of violence perpetuated towards Drake.
But can't Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick Lamar's wife do the exact same thing to Drake?
They could, yes.
Yeah.
Because
there were allegations of abuse.
But he's not filing a lawsuit against. He's not filing a lawsuit against them. He's actually, you know what I mean?
Right. But
that's the sucker part.
Yes.
In my opinion, because I feel like if he went after Kendrick, that'd be something different.
It would be way worse. I think it would be way worse.
Ja didn't even sue. It's funny.
It would still be sucking shit if he sued Kendrick.
Yeah,
it would be way worse if he sued Kendrick.
It would be way worse. It's one thing but I think that's why he's suing the record company, because
that's sucker shit too, though.
But what I'm saying. He's drawing a level of conspiracy with what happened here, and he's saying the end result of that conspiracy is physical harm. That's what the lawsuit is saying. That's why he's suing them. But to Fam's point, if he sued Kendrick, if he lost the battle in the public's eye and then said, "Hey, I'm going to sue this nigga who said all this stuff about me in all these tracks that everybody been streaming the whole time," that would look worse. That's exciting. Where have you ever heard somebody suing over losing the battle?
These skills. That's why he's doing it. These skills.
Here's the thing, Cal. The general public, to me, they all look at this shit as the same way. They're not be like, "Oh, he sued the record label." This shit all looks the same to them. It's about the optics. Like, to me, this speaks about a character issue. And as a man, I now understand why a lot of these ladies curved you. I totally understand it. I get it now, because if you're like this, you're coming across like this to people who don't know you in real life. We don't know what he does behind closed door, what he eats for breakfast every day. We don't know none of that. But if this is what we're getting from this, now I understand why Rihanna did you the way that she did. Now I understand why all of these girls said, "Nah, I'm good," because you are a sucker.
Yeah. So you saying he's not one of LeVar's balls?
See how he leans in? He leans in.
See. Now you see it. Now you see it.
You say it. Now you can't.
I feel like Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips is a 4-bar setup, punchline. 4-bar setup, punchline.
Piece of Donnie.
I have also studied battle rap.
Of course. That's why we have to have this conversation here. Now, piece of Donnie in the chat. Donnie said, this is an interesting point. From what I was watching a Company Man video, he did like an hour about all this stuff. Apparently, there are theories going around that maybe that first time that Drake got his house shot up, it had no relation to Not Like Us, because apparently The Weeknd had a very similar situation happen to him a week before, and he wasn't one of the only ones in Canada. So it's hard to tell, but if you there's a lot in that lawsuit that you could, again, Kendrick Lamar is a very good writer, and the same way people on the timeline flip lines 50 different ways, there's 50 different ways that are interpreted of that one song in that lawsuit. Some of it is real. I think some of it is a little reachy, but again, there's a narrative that is being, told in this lawsuit that I think Drake is trying to use to get out of that UMG deal.
He wasn't really harmed that much by Pusha T. It's a difference.
Facts.
Kendrick is a real threat.
I also think it's because they're not on the same. They don't have the same distributor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pusha T was on where? Sony.
I don't know. It's only really, but only so many distributors.
Pusha T may be on, but he was on Def. He's on Def Jam now.
Wasn't he on Good Music?
That's UMG.
Yeah, distributed by UMG.
Yeah, so that's all them. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's still UMG, then yeah, you got a good point there, Ken Lewis. But I assume they were on two separate joints, and he didn't, like Dab said, it wasn't enough to ruin his legacy.
The other thing in the lawsuit that they did point out was because Kendrick had just ended his deal with Top Dog and Universe or whatever that situation was, and he signed whatever deal essentially to put these records and whatever he's worth and GNX and all that out on streaming. So when I talk about Drake like working on a conspiracy in the lawsuit, like a lot of what happened in the last year that you saw with Kendrick going from not having a deal to now having the biggest rap hit of 2024 out, that's all wrapped up in the lawsuit as well.
I just think this is like
Sorry.
No, go ahead, baby.
That's it.
No, that was
He's a hater.
Honestly, I hate giving this man press.
When the battle first started, I asked a question. I said, because people didn't seem like they cared. Matter of fact, everybody said, "Hey, we not worrying about this talk," because we was in Philly. Peace to Kill.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
We swerved over to Philly to eat them cheesesteaks, and that was the day when Kendrick dropped the verse on Like That to start this whole thing. We've been and when I asked on the pod, everybody said, "Nah, don't even worry about it." Now, I will say this: the timing is interesting for two reasons. Although the Fires kind of pushed some stuff back, Super Bowl was happening. We got weeks away. The question has been, it's not like us going to be played at the Super Bowl, and the Grammys is coming up too. It's not like
no. Grammys got pushed back, right? I thought the Grammys got postponed.
Grammys said, I think they keeping it gangster.
What I'm saying is that stuff like there's two
LL didn't lose the MOD.
Facts. There's two very big musical moments for Kendrick Lamar 100%. That could include this song coming up. I'm not saying he did that because of that, but the timing is very interesting. Like if you want to kind of put the kibosh on a lot of what's going on before these next steps for this record, you want to do this and say it was a big conspiracy.
Before. Whoa.
Y'all ever y'all watched Eddie Murphy Raw, right?
Yes.
Y'all remember the story about his auntie falling down the steps?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think past getting into any of the stuff back and forth, Drake's biggest misstep here is everybody that you mentioned who's taken a clear L in rap has gone away for a bit.
Yes.
Drake keep trying to break the fall. But he's trying to break the fall with everything but the only thing that can help an artist who has had everything bad happen for him. The only thing gets you out of this stuff is good music. He's not
Need
trying to
that
do
hit?
that. He's doing everything but. And he's breaking the goddamn fall. He clutching, he grabbing the kids and the dog and the chair rail on the way down the steps. And
Word.
he's killing himself. Like listen, the way the actual battle part of it before the things got weird.
Mhm.
That one night that we got the what was the record with the 3 beat switches?
Family Matters.
Family Matters, and then
Beat the Grams.
And Meet the Grams came out right after it to like
Right.
stomp it out.
Mhm.
That was great.
Yeah.
I've hated every single thing that has happened in this battle since then. For
respect
me,
that.
like I
respect that.
feel like I lost this battle right. For the first part is I've been, and I was just telling my son, like, well, like Kendrick before you was born, little nigga. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Section 80 and Rigor Mortis is my
Mhm.
favorite Kendrick Lamar song.
Love rigor mortis. Yeah.
This beef killed Section 80 and To Kill a Butterfly
To Pimp a
You don't even know
Butterfly,
to Pimp a
yeah.
Butterfly.
How bad it
All
was.
that part of Drake, I'm sorry, that part of Kendrick, that part of the music he makes is gone. Now we getting this GFX stuff for because it's so not only
just
do
don't
people,
like it.
it's getting a good reception, it's his biggest success now.
He bopping.
Right?
He's bopping.
He
for
was
real
like,
right
yo,
now.
I used to rhyme like Common Sense, but I killed Drake and I ain't been rapping since like Common
And
Sense.
I just been bopping since every
And
video.
I'm heartbroken because now I know I'm not gonna get no more of the Kendrick
Nah, I
music
don't.
that I like.
I don't think that's accurate.
What?
I don't think that's accurate, cuz.
Okay, why not?
Because the Baby King shit was huge. The shit with Baby King was huge.
Mhm.
You probably didn't listen to it.
The lady,
was-
no. Yes, I heard it all the time. You gotta remember.
Oh yeah, that's
Lil Yo.
That was a Drake diss too, though, wasn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Some of it was,
The flow was there was a lot of references in and out of that.
but it's. I think he's still sticking with the change because it's been changing ever since
Since the
Section
Baby
80.
King.
It's something
Oh.
different. No,
Mm.
since Section 80, it's always been something different. So I just think that this is just a moment in time. He's going to get back to what he does best. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's over. I don't think he's going to keep giving you GNX, GXN,
Bopping.
ESPN. I don't think we're going to continue to get this, even
All
though
I
it
ever
is.
wanted was a black
But because
grandmaster.
but look what that record does for the West Coast.
It's dope.
Right?
It's dope West Coast music.
That's what I'm saying. It's Kendrick did something more than just kill Drake.
Nah, he got them.
And he woke up the West Coast. He galvanized the West Coast. He almost can't afford to go back to
yeah.
I got something. I want to talk to my dog. No, nigga.
Well, he's about to be on tour.
You done woke up, god dang, the whole West Coast.
Yeah,
baby,
it's
you
gonna
are
be-
beholden to being the king of the West. He is the king of the West Coast.
They're
Wait.
beefing right now. Joey Badass came out and reignited
Oh
his
my
beef
God.
since the
Nobody
Converse.
cared.
But now, like
No.
daylight, and it's like there's a lot of West Coast fans that are responding to that. Like it's, I think it's fair. Well, but again, remember,
I like Joey
it-
Badass.
no disrespect to Joey Badass, but that
Hey
king of
Vaughn,
the West.
I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, give me a second. Vaughn, your last few tweets here have been completely ridiculous. Listen, I like both of these guys. I like both of these guys' music. I don't like Drake's albums, but he's got songs, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that. There are at least 3 some arguable classics in Kendrick. Like I like both of these guys, right?
Mhm.
This nigga's
The interesting things that Vaughn has said. He says Drake could never do a Luther Vandross sample. That's the kind of songs that Drake made. Like listen, he got washed here and he looks bad on the way out and he's playing himself. But I'm not gonna let nobody lie now.
Can't
Come
lie.
on now. he's not a Hall of Famer.
You can't lie.
Let's not lie here. Like, yes, it's okay to be like, yo, he got trash. He is looking stupid.
Hall of Fame artist.
What?
I wouldn't put him in like a hip hop guy.
Well, I think the thing with Drake is it's always that.
That's the
line,
name of the
right?
episode. That is the name of the episode right there.
he's definitely getting it. He's got the numbers to get into a Hall of Fame, but I think because of the way that he's been on top so long, and these universal deals, and when you start talking about people like Lucien Grange and the idea of what being next to the right people in the industry can do for you as one of the biggest artists to keep you on top, there's a outside of all of this PDF file and Kendrick stuff, there is a genuine backlash to Drake because Drake has been on top for so long. The last couple albums, I mean, just because of what I do for work, critically, there have been questions about there's too many songs. There have been questions about the hits ain't hitting like they was hitting back in the day, and some people they talk about the content and how he sounds about talking about women and things like. There's been a growing disdain on certain levels for Drake, which when you get someone like Kendrick and saying, "Hey,
excuse me,
that's the 69 god right there."
Who are you pointing at?
He was pointing up to Toronto.
Yeah, I was pointing at the
He's pointing to Toronto.
But at a certain point, it's like it's one of them perfect storms.
Put him away, cuz.
And yeah, for real, them shiny buffs. Wait, Didi, what you? Matter of fact.
I ain't getting it set yet. I gotta get my Royal Rumble set on.
This shit still got a Christmas tree on it.
Oh no! Don't play with me.
Yeah, he got it's the galaxy on them.
Nigga said it's still out of this world, nigga.
Me. Come on, baby. Yeah.
Grimy buffs.
Cal bit his.
No,
I got white nails.
Gnarl them shits, yo.
They say white nails means you got money.
Shit.
I'm poor.
I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money.